Hi friends, welcome to Ouroboros Tarot. I am so excited to be back. I've missed doing pick-a-pile readings with you guys. Um, I took a lot of much needed time to rest and give myself some love. Um, and I'm back now and I'm excited to be here. So our reading today is looking into how the person on your mind remembers you. So this is more than likely a no contact situation, although you could look at this also through the lens of a connection that's still going. Um, but yeah, so I have three piles for you guys to choose from today. Pile 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy, as well as with your person's, and I will see you in a minute. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. The reading that we're doing today is how does the person on your mind remember you? And the cards that you have chosen are going to represent how they are remembering you as well as how they are remembering the connection. So let's start with these cards. These cards here represent you, and for that we have God. The light attributes are benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. And the shadow attributes are despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. We also have Swan, and we have Luna Moth with the keyword being transient. And then when it comes to how this person is remembering your connection, we have number 45, Grounded, number 30, Caretaker, we have Passion, and we have number 32, Healer. Okay. So how is this person remembering you, the connection? I feel like you are somebody, Pile 1, from their perspective at least, who couldn't quite be held down or couldn't quite be caught in some way, shape, or form. I think that you were very different than what they have normally experienced when it comes to interacting with others in a vulnerable way. And this is something that's positive. They're remembering you as somebody who is like beautifully different, remarkably different. There was a free spirit to you, and I feel like this person is recognizing that this connection or some area of your life in the past was holding you back from your true expansive self. Like you had so much more expansion to do, so much more growth to do, and you were well on your way. And I don't think that this person ever thought that you would not go and expand and do what it is that your soul is calling you to do. I think that like you may have been somebody in their life who they felt as though just came and went as you pleased. And it may not have been something that you were doing intentionally, or you may not have even been aware of it, simply because your perspective of things was different than their perspective of things when it comes to like how often one should connect with one another, etc., etc. But I feel like your person had some pretty deep feelings here for you, Pile 1. And they found you to be inspiring. Like, I get an artistic energy for a lot of you. Like, you're a very artistic person, somebody who's very creative. And I think that, you know, they are remembering this connection as one that they truly believed they had made it so that you could always come back to them when you were ready. I think that this connection was one that was eye-opening for them in a lot of ways. I almost feel like this person understood or came to an understanding of love and the freedom that comes with that. when it's honest, when it's authentic. This person did not want to, clip your wings. This person did not want to hold you back in any way, shape, or form. And this could have been something that was really difficult for them. I think that for you, it may have come much easier to allow people to be who they are and allow people to make the decisions that they need to in order to honor themselves. But for a lot of people, that's something that can be very difficult. There's a lot of fear that comes with recognizing that you have no power or control over another person and the choices that they make. And this person cared so deeply for you that they wanted you to feel free. And I don't think that this is like, this person's not looking back at this connection in any way, in a resentful way or in a way in which they feel as though they were wronged. I think that they're seeing the connection the two of you shared as something that was beneficial for the both of you. It wasn't just you who benefited from this. They learned a great deal from you. And I think that they kind of had some self-realizations because of you. I think that they're remembering you as somebody who saw the beauty in them, who saw something in them that other people had not seen. And there's so much gratitude here for that, pile one. I feel almost like for some of you, you taught this person how to be secure in self, or you gave this person an example. You led by example in terms of how to be by yourself, in terms of what it feels like to be grounded within oneself. And I think that this may have been something that was very hard for them when this connection came to a close, but there's so much gratitude here for you having shown them their own strength and their own power and their own beauty, because this didn't break them. Whereas in the past, things like this could have. Like, this person seems to be, because of this connection, they seem to have become more securely attached, more secure within themselves, which obviously reflects back onto their relationships. And I think that, even with this swan card, like I just said, reflects back onto your relationships. And there's a reflection here. I didn't notice that before. And I feel like so much good happened in this connection. I don't know necessarily if they feel as though you saw the positives that they brought to the table. Simply because I think like the hardest thing that they did, or the thing that was most prominent to them that they did for this connection, was let you go or allow you to be yourself, even if it meant having to sacrifice something for themselves. Yeah. So if that resonates, if this sounds like your pile, let's go ahead and get some tarot. And in the tarot, we're going to look into how it is that this person is currently feeling in this connection. Okay, Spirit, how is pile one's person currently feeling towards pile one? So we have the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and then the Seven of Wands. How is pile one's person currently feeling about pile one? How is pile one's person currently feeling toward pile one? Okay, and then we have the King of Swords coming out. Let's go ahead and clarify these. Why is the Queen of Swords here, Spirit? Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles. I also saw the Six of Cups peeking through. We'll see if it comes through again. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? We have the Ten of Wands. Why is the Eight of Wands here? We have the Eight of Swords. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. And why is the King of Swords here? We have the Ace of Wands. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so how is this person feeling about you currently, pile one? I get the feeling that for some of you, this person is really wanting to work up the courage to reach out, to contact you, or is really wanting to find the courage to travel to you or start an adventure of their own. And I think that this is in part from the inspiration that you gave them. I think that this person feels an immense amount of gratitude. I know I keep saying that, but it's the truth. This person feels an immense amount of gratitude toward you, pile one, for showing them what they are capable of. And they were capable of so much more than what it is that they had once allowed themselves to believe. And I feel like there's a lot of excitement here. And like there's a lot of excitement here for the future. And this person, it's not just for them. They feel excited for you and your future as well. I think it's interesting that we have the Queen and the King of Swords. These are two counterparts. And I feel like what this is saying is that your person feels as though the two of you could potentially have a future together still in, later on down the line, or the two of you were very compatible. The two of you are soulmates, whatever resonates for you. There's still a connection here. But I feel like this is the first time in this person's life, like where they feel like they're living to the fullest almost, or where they're finally able to have the courage to, go after what it is that they want. And they're looking at you and they're wishing you the best as well. Like, I feel like there is hope here in the future that the two of you could potentially come back together, and share what it is that you have learned and how you have evolved. There's a little bit of hope here, but for the most part, I see somebody who is looking forward and trying very hard not to allow, the past to replay constantly over and over and over in their head. They would really like to release this. Like they've learned some particular lessons, and there's no use now for them to continue to ruminate over things. What's best for them now is to put their next foot forward. And that's kind of what I'm seeing them recognize here. Let's go ahead and get some more oracles and see if there's anything that I missed. Is there anything that I missed when it comes to pile one? So we have the gallery of those who came before. We have Fire Mother. We have Protect Your Heart. And we have Hiding. And Hiding came out reversed. Oh, and look, we have Good Things. I normally don't read the reversals, but I do think it's interesting that that's the only card that came out reversed, and it's quite different than the other ones. And I think what this is indicative of is that this person feels safe in, or maybe they don't feel safe yet, but they feel confident in their ability to continue to push themselves forward to the point where eventually they don't have to hide. Where they can, I'm sorry, Joplin is looking out the window and she sees something, I don't know what. Yeah. I also feel like for some of you, especially if it resonated, that your person had created a relationship or a connection with you where you could always come back. They felt as though you could always come back to them, and you knew that. If that resonated for you, I feel like this is something that's been somewhat of an awakening. Like just as much as you deserved your freedom, just as much as you deserved everything, they also deserved to have what it is that they wanted. And I think that there's acknowledgement here that they didn't necessarily get that, at least towards the end of this connection. But it's not a reflection of you. Like, they're not looking back at this and feeling negative feelings for the choices that you made. It's more so like there is recognition here that they made choices that kind of allowed less than what it was that they wanted to be served at the table. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get a shadow work card. Let's just see if there's anything else that I missed. Let's see what it is, like this lesson. We have emotionally detached. Are you protecting yourself from unwanted drama or stress? Feel positive emotions within yourself. To feel emotions is to live freely. I think for a lot of you, like the free-spiritedness that they saw, the inspiration that they saw was your ability to feel deeply, to live fully. And I think that there is a lot of fear that this person is beginning to realize they have. And they're never going to know what it is that they want. They're never going to know which direction to go in until they begin to feel their feelings. Like it says, to feel emotions is to live freely. And they saw you as somebody who was living freely. Okay, let's go ahead and get you guys some advice before we close this reading. Well, I'll talk about that in a second. Let's get some advice first. What advice is there for pile 1 when it comes to this connection? Okay, the difficult relationships in my life are the perfect mirror for me to look more closely at my own behavior. Here again we have this subject of reflection. Joplin? Sorry that she just has this fierce need to protect. It's safe to slow down, relax, and let go. And then on the bottom of the deck we have, let me be still today and listen to the truth in silence. Okay, pile 1, well, this is what I'm seeing for you guys today. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I've missed you guys, and I'm so happy to be back. I have opened up personal readings again, but those are no longer located in my Etsy shop. The shop is still open just so that you can read reviews if you feel like it. But I'm now doing personal readings through Google Forms, and I'll have a link to that in the description box as well as in the comment section of this video. I hope that I'll see you guys in another video soon. Bye! Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading. We're looking into how the person on your mind is remembering you. And the cards that you guys have chosen are going to represent how they're remembering you as well as how they are remembering your connection. And so for how they're remembering you, Pile 2, we have the Exorcist. The light attribute is freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses, and the shadow attribute is fear of facing your own demons. We have the Beggar. The light attributes are confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. And the shadow attribute is dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. We also have the Pangolin with the keyword being protect, and we have the Earthworm. And then when it comes to how they are remembering your connection, we have number 24, balance. We have number 4, new life. Let's see if I can fit all of these. We have number 25, truth. And we have soulmate and dissipating. Okay. How is this person remembering you? I think that this person is looking back on this connection in a way that, like, in a way where they're reflecting on how they saw you in the past versus how they now see you. Like, now that there has been some time or some space or an opportunity to reflect, your person sees you differently than they did in the past. And in the past, I feel like this person felt as though you were wanting and expecting much more of them than what they would deem as a reasonable expectation or a reasonable need. I feel like they may have felt in the past as though you were putting too much responsibility on them when it came to your own feelings or when it came to your reactions. However, like, I think that there's been an awakening of some kind. I think that with this separation, your person is now seeing the truth of what was going on. And what was going on was that you were asking to be treated as you deserve, as anyone would deserve. And I think that there came a certain point, at least for a lot of you, there came a certain point where you no longer were willing to accept the bare minimum. And you very well could have been the person that finally decided to cut ties with this person. I think that they're seeing you as somebody who is continuously working on yourself. Maybe in the past or even currently, your sense of self was a little skewed, or there was no sense of self. There was maybe confusion on what it is that you truly want out of life, or perhaps it was like a self-esteem thing that's coming through. I think your person sees you in a way in which you may have struggled or are struggling currently when it comes to standing in your power. Like, the choices that you made in this relationship towards the end of it were aspects of you standing in your power, but I feel like they're looking back and they're seeing that you may have put up with much less than what it was that you had deserved. And I think that, like, now looking back at this connection, they're realizing the magnitude of what has happened, of what they have lost. Like I said, I feel like they are now seeing, like, I think that their opinion of you and their opinion of the connection in the past and their memories, they're recognizing are skewed. Like, they're very biased and they're very much so coming from a place of feeling defensive. And I think that this person is now beginning to be able to see the perspective that you had, is able to see the mistakes that they made. There's no longer this bias, or the bias is sort of kind of coming into balance and it's no longer one-sided. And I think that your person is looking back at this connection and is acknowledging that the feelings that the two of you shared were real and were honest. Like, if this person and you were in love with one another at one point, it wasn't a farce to them. It wasn't a lie. It wasn't something that they had just said. There were deep feelings here, and there is acknowledgement here of this being like, this could have been my life partner, or this could have been my soulmate, or one of my soulmates, or is one of my soulmates. They don't necessarily, they're not looking back at you in anger or in resentment. I think that they're thankful for the opportunity to have experienced this love. Or maybe they're thankful for the opportunity to have been loved by you, but I don't feel as though they feel like they came to the table with the same amount of effort when it came to that love. I feel like they're looking at you as somebody who did what you needed to do. They kind of backed you into a corner. I feel like what's coming through is that they're acknowledging that what happened between the two of you was on them, and any choices that you made had to do with you trying to do better for yourself based on what was being served. Like they backed you into a corner and there weren't very many options for you when it came to, you know, continuing this connection. But if that resonates, if that sounds like you and your person, let's go ahead and look into how they're currently feeling. So we'll get tarot. I also have oracle, like an oracle deck set to the side, as well as the shadow work deck. So we'll get quite a few cards. Okay, Spirit. Pile 2's person. How is Pile 2's person currently feeling about Pile 2? Okay, so we have the 6 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like, okay, so then we also have the 4 of Cups. So before I keep shuffling, as soon as the 6 of Pentacles came out, the phrase that came to mind is you get what you give. And it's being confirmed by this 4 of Cups to me. Like, I feel like your person feels as though they missed out on a wonderful opportunity, and they did not give anything in return, or like maybe they felt as though they were giving you a lot in return, but they weren't accepting the love that you were giving them. Like, I don't know, let's keep going. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. What's Pile 2's person currently feel? And then we have the 9 of Swords. So what I will say about this Wheel of Fortune being reversed and the 9 of Swords, what I'm sensing is that right now your person isn't really in a state of acceptance when it comes to this connection being over. I feel like they feel as though something is wrong, something is not right, like everything is off. They may have made bad choices in the connection, in your connection in the past, that has caused, from their perspective, has caused this connection to go off course from where it is like destined to go. I feel like this person has a hard time, or is currently having a hard time, letting go, and allowing things to unfold naturally. There's a lot of fear here and worry and anxiety that's keeping them up at night when it comes to where, like, what the potential future of this connection could be. Okay, why is the 6 of Pentacles here? We have the Ace of Cups. Why is the 10 of Pentacles here? We have the Queen of Swords, 4 of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Why is the Wheel of Fortune reversed? We have the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. And why is the 9 of Swords here? We have Judgment. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. So there's a lot of remorse here. There's like this feeling of, what have I done? What have I done? I'm not proud of like this person doesn't feel proud of themselves right now. And I feel like there is a lot of desire here to try to have a second chance or a third chance or a fifth chance, like whatever the case may be. I feel like they're thinking in their heads, like, if I could have another opportunity, I would give them what it is that they deserve. And they're also thinking, like, they're looking back at things now and they're seeing things as if the grass was greener on that side in the past rather than where it is now in the present. And I think that they feel as though you are doing just fine without them. You've stepped into your power. You're doing everything that it is that you need to do in order to be just fine, in order to glow up, in order to elevate yourself. And they're not there. This person is very much so mourning or like beating themselves up over this. I want to get one more for this, for these 3. The 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, and the, okay. So we have so many cards coming out. We have the 6 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and the 7 of Swords. There's an element of selfishness here that I'm seeing, where they're like, what is the best choice for me in order to, like, there's ego involved here. I think that they're trying in some capacity to manipulate the situation. Like, I don't know necessarily how. I don't know if it's like they're lying to you about something, or perhaps they plan on like accidentally running into you. There's something here where they are trying to manipulate and handle this situation to go in their favor. And yeah, like I just feel like this person is not grounded in themselves and is not kind of freely flowing when it comes to life right now. Let's go ahead and get some oracles, see what else comes through. Is there anything that I missed, Spirit, when it comes to how Pile 2's person is currently feeling? We have the weight of truth. So we had the truth card come out earlier in the beginning of this. And then with the Ace of Swords here, this to me is clarity. This is truth. It's cutting through to what is essential, to the truth. So this person has definitely had a breakthrough moment. And I almost like, so when I'm looking at this image of the weight of truth, we see these 3 circles here. So there's this woman that's crying, and then we see these 3 circles here. And they're very similar to the circles here in the Ten of Pentacles. And I almost feel like it's a representation of like them realizing what they lost when they lost you. Like you had so much to offer, and like their future could have been so great with you. They could have built a name for themselves. There was an opportunity here, not only for like love, but also for success in some sort of way. And I feel like there's an understanding now that of what they've done, of the magnitude of the situation. We have everything you need to soon. They didn't appreciate you when they had you. We have stay back and love grows love. Bottom of the deck is no bull. It's interesting, the stay back card. I'm going to clarify the stay back. We have the sword. We have so many truth cards coming through. I feel like your person is wanting to wiggle their way back in some way. Like I feel like there's a boundary here that they are trying to cross that they don't feel comfortable with. They don't feel comfortable with whatever this boundary is, and they want to cross it. They want to, like, I just keep, it feels desperate. It feels like there's this desperation here to make things right, to rekindle things. Let's go ahead and get one more card. Can you give us some more insight into Pile 2's person, please? Okay, well, we have impatient. Look for patterns of your impatience. Notice the negative physical symptoms. It causes you to take deep breaths and slow down. Where did the other one go? And we have negativity. Let go of the pessimistic attitude. It's getting old. Think of something positive right now. Shift your thinking. Yeah, so I feel like what this is indicating is that your guys want you to know that this person may come forward. And if they do, it's not coming from a place of like having actually evolved yet. It's coming from a place of them feeling very uncomfortable and them wanting to fix it by any means necessary. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Let's go ahead and get you guys some advice before we close this reading out. What advice is there for Pile 2? It's safe to ask for help. People want to support me. We have the difficult relationships in my life are the perfect mirror for me to look more closely at my own behavior. and I can forgive people quickly, release my resentment, and set myself free. I feel like if you have been hard on yourself, or if you are wondering if you made the right decision, or if you're blaming yourself in any way for this person's behavior, it's important, your guides are indicating that it's important to recognize that while there are lessons always that can be learned from situations and from relationships, there are also instances where it's a them problem, not a you problem. And if you are feeling really overwhelmed or clouded in this thought process, it might be a good idea to reach out to loved ones, or whatever the case is for you, and share these thoughts, share these feelings, in order to free yourself from this situation that you're currently bound to. But obviously take these as they resonate for you. That's just what I'm seeing. But yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. I am doing private readings again. So if that is something you're interested in, I no longer do them through Etsy. I do them through Google Forms. So I will have a link to the Google Forms page in the description box, as well as in the comments pinned. And if I don't see you in a personal reading, I hope that I'll see you guys in another pick a card reading soon. Bye! Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. We're looking into how the person on your mind remembers you. And the cards that you've chosen are going to represent how they're remembering you, as well as how they are remembering your connection. And so, for how they are remembering you, we have the femme fatale. The light attributes are highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. And the shadow attributes are inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. We have the black egg, and we have the trout, with the keyword being sparkle. And then when it comes to how they are remembering your connection, we have number 14, teachers, number 4, community, despondence, and number 21, stormy. Okay, so how is your person remembering you, Pile 3? I feel like your person feels as though you really did a number on them. Like they may have been under your spell, or they still are under a spell of some kind. They feel very attracted to you. They did in the past, and they still do now. However, I feel like there is an understanding here on your person's end that like who you are is who you truly are. You're not putting on a facade. You're not trying to manipulate. You're not trying to get something by pretending to be something else. You are who you are. And I feel like you were honest. Like that's kind of a message coming through for some of you, is that you were honest about what it is that you said. What it is that you wanted. You were honest, and there was nothing fake about what it is that you told them. There was nothing fake about you. You told it like it was. And there could have potentially been misinterpretation, or a misunderstanding on your person's end when it comes to this, or feelings just got too heightened, and that is kind of what caused this misunderstanding. I think like with the cards here, representing how they're remembering the connection, I feel like they're remembering it as something that was like really beautiful at first. Like the two of you complemented one another very well, but something happened, something went south with Stormy and Despondent. I feel like this connection reached its time. It had reached its final chapter. And I feel like for some of you, this person or you may have clung on, or like not wanted it to be over. And because of this, there were a lot of ups and downs. I sensed there was a lot of drama, a lot of intense emotions, both on both sides of the spectrum when it comes to like fear and sadness, as well as joy and love. The feelings were all over the place from this person's perspective. But I feel like your person is showing from these cards that they're not just looking at this and reminiscing on the bad. They also are reminded of the good and the benefit that this connection had, the benefit of you having been in their life had on them. For a small few of you, this could have been a connection where there were other people involved. Whether or not that was people trying to like push their opinions down on you or on this person, people trying to influence you, or perhaps this was like an open kind of relationship. Whatever the case may be, that's something that's coming through for some of you. And I think that for some of you, what this is indicating is that you were somebody who drew a lot of attention. Like this person could have felt incredibly jealous or insecure when it came to you and the attention that you received. Yeah, but that's what I'm seeing. So if that resonates, if this sounds like you and your person, or at least their perspective, like what they would say, let's go ahead and get some tarot. We'll look into how they're currently feeling. How is pile 3's person currently feeling about pile 3? Okay, so we have the 6 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. How are they currently feeling? We have the Magician. We have the 10 of Swords. How is pile 3's person currently feeling? Okay, and then we have the Hanged Man and the 4 of Pentacles. Why is the 6 of Swords here? Please clarify the 6 of Swords. We have the Chariot. Why is the 5 of Swords here? We have the Knight of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. Why is the Magician here? We have the Page of Pentacles. And why is the 10 of Swords here? Wow, okay, so we have the 3 of Swords. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so how is this person currently feeling? I feel like this person is wanting to move forward, is no longer, like I feel like what's coming through is this attitude of like, if I were to go back, if I were to repeat this, nothing good would come of it, at least for the time being. Like this, there's urgency here on this person's end to move forward. And it could be because this person feels uncomfortable with, you know, sitting in their feelings. It could also be that there is just this recognition that this relationship, for the time being at least, has run its course. And it's causing more harm now than it is good. And I think that this person wants happiness for the both of you. Sorry, my neighbor's dogs are really rambunctious. Yeah, I feel like this person doesn't want to hurt anymore, and they don't want to cause any hurt if they harmed you. They're in a state right now of wanting to see where their strengths lie, see who they are. Like, I feel like there may, for some of you, have been, like, this person may have not necessarily known who they were, or they may not have known any better when it comes to how to interact in a healthy way. Whatever the case may be, it feels like this person felt as though they were lacking in a lot of ways. and not just in this connection, but just in general. And I feel like now they're taking this opportunity. They want to take this opportunity to kind of allow themselves to mature. But they do hurt. They miss you. Okay, is there anything that I missed? We have weight of truth. We have someone soon. Is there anything that I missed? We have good things. Dependency. And then on the bottom of the deck we have ripe fruits. Is there another card sticking out? I thought I saw a card. Maybe not. Nope. Okay. This is interesting because, like, if we look at this imagery, so we have good things and it's all of these apples, and there's a hand reaching for the apples. And then if we look here on dependency, there's this person in chains, and then there's a hand feeding it an apple, or like handing them an apple, and then there's all these apple cores that have already been eaten. And I feel like there was something here in this connection that was very unhealthy, or that eventually became unhealthy. And they feel as though the two of you cannot continue to do the same thing and expect something different to happen. I think that this person is ready to break some chains that they have put themselves in, and perhaps they have like put others in, and they're ready to see what is beyond their own self-limiting beliefs. I think that there's remorse here for them having this realization in a way that was caused by like sadness, that was caused by like hurt. There's sadness there, but they can't go back to sleep from what they've just woken up to, is what I'm seeing. Okay, let's see what it is that they've realized when it comes to what they're learning. Pile freeze, person, spirit, what is it that we need to know? Victim mentality. The universe wants what's best for you, not the worst. Change your perspective. Interesting. Yeah. Especially if that like jealousy resonated with you. I feel like they're beginning to realize maybe the harm that they also did. Like it was a two-way street, and just because they were trying to protect themselves from being hurt doesn't mean that they were warranted or had the right to act in whatever way they did. And I think there's realization here that they could have hurt you in the process of trying to protect themselves from getting hurt. Let's get some advice for you before we close this reading out. This one was very heavy. What advice is there for pile 3 when it comes to this connection? I can expand time when I'm inspired. My kindness is a gift I bestow upon the world. And we have, I am a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. Bottom of the deck is, today I consciously choose to think loving thoughts, take compassionate actions, and bring forth peaceful energy. Okay. Your guides are really highlighting here the light that you emit. And if this person or this connection in any way kind of made you feel as though that light has been dulled, your guides are wanting you to know that that's not the case. And it's important to not let this person or this connection be the reason why this light eventually dims. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I am doing personal readings again, so if that is something you're interested in, I am doing that through Google Forms. I used to do that through Etsy. I left the Etsy shop open just so you guys can read reviews if you're interested in that. But if you would like to purchase a personal reading, you can do that through Google Forms, and I'll have a link in the description box of this video as well as in a pinned comment. And if I don't see you for a personal reading, I hope I see you guys in another pick a card reading soon. Bye!